Tattoo artists, what pieces are you tired of doing? Me scanning the thread looking for descriptions of my tattoos. I worked as a shop manager for a little bit. My boss, the head artist, was getting super burnt out on big cats, specifically lions, wearing crowns. In about a month, he'd done 5 realistic lions and a panther wearing crowns on dudes who wanted to feel like kings. I had to start politely turning them down when people called to inquire about them. Sorry, Ian's not really interested in doing more big cats this month. From my tattoo artist friend, pocket watches surrounded by roses. Went to a tattoo artist in Noco once. He asked what I was thinking of doing. I said I want an outline of, and he just sighed and said, listen dude, I'm sorry, but if I have to tattoo Pikes Peak one more time I'm gonna lose it. For the record, I was asking for a rat, and he apologized profusely, but I thought it was hilarious. I know 3 different coloradans with Pikes Peak tattoos. Ducking snake coming out of the eye of a skull, and why does the guy who wants this tattoo always have a perfectly groomed goatee? Tattoo artist from Alabama here. I am not religious at all, but I think I've ascribed the entire Bible on human flesh at this point. The Chinese word for water or hope or whatever else cliche term. Mine told me he is refusing to do any more forests around someone's arm. Not an artist, but as I was setting up my last appointment, my artist and I were talking at the front desk, and the person at the reception at the desk took a call, said just a minute, and asks my artist, hey Kev, do you have time for a walk-in today? He looks over and says maybe. What do they want? An infinity loop. Are they on hold? Yes. Duck that. I'm so ducking sick of infinity loops. Tell them I'm busy. So I think infinity loops for Kev. Edit. Overwhelmed with the love, the comments and the questions. Thank you everyone. Basically anything from Pinterest, bird silhouettes, live laugh love, infinity symbols, etc. It's an anchor to symbolize I can't be held down. Asked my buddy. He said, if I have to do another goddamn Latin paragraph on a chick's ribs, I'm gonna shoot my brains out. Ironically, he was doing one on his GF at the time he told me. IDK, but 20 years from now there's gonna be a lot of old people with mandala tattoos and tree silhouettes. I have a couple chemistry tattoos, and my artist made a comment about girls getting dopamine, serotonin, and oxytocin with the word happiness. Seemed like he might have done a few too many. I apprenticed in a shop but had to move before I was able to start tattooing myself. What I noticed personally is the artists in the shop weren't necessarily tired of doing the same designs as the personality of people getting them, such as guy who thinks he has a crazy pain tolerance but almost passes out, girl guy who freaks himself out to the point of shaking, puking and backs out at the last minute, and really anyone who could use attention to hygiene. The list goes on and on. For Australian artists, Southern Cross tattoos. My first tattoo artist said he refused to do anything gang related, racist, or the Tasmanian devil. None. I'm happy to do all of them. I get my satisfaction from a job well done, not from how cool the tattoo is. Don't get me wrong. I have things I enjoy drawing more than others, but tattooing is a trade first. It's not about me, it's about my client. Not an artist, but the tattoo shop I go to back home in the Caribbean has a running tally of how many times they have to tattoo palm trees on girls' ankles. Ducking crowns, OMG do I ducking hate crowns. With that being said, I did one tonight. Nautical sleeves. I'm from an island, and duck is it brutal trying to make it unique when every 5th person has one. Anchors, compasses, maps, etc. Feathers and pocket watches are close seconds. I'm not a tattoo artist, but one of my best friends has gotten a bunch of tattoos recently, 4 or 5, and they all look like the kinds of designs that would grace the cover of an off-brand Walmart notebook. I feel itty because she wants them to be meaningful, but they just look like someone phoned in the design for a few bucks and a Dr. Pepper. I see a lot of people with the Harry Potter Deathly Hallows symbol. Overdone yet? I've heard people say they've stopped doing your name on people's butts. I hate when couples get each other's names tattooed on each other's arm and crap, because then like 2 weeks later the dude will come back for a cover up because they broke up. It drives me up the wall. From my two artists, from a tattered gal, infinity symbols, tramp stamps and anchors with the words "don't sink." I'm an apprentice right now, but practically all of the artists in my shop have agreed on a few things. Infinity symbols, especially with words, anchors, birds, feathers that turn into birds. However, that being said, my mentor followed that up with, "But that's your job security. You'll always have girls coming in for the most basic tattoos, and no matter how tired you get to them, they'll pay your bills." Edit. I definitely didn't expect this to blow up like it has. Thanks guys. But to everyone who's sad seeing their design tattoo mentioned, tattoos are meant for you more than other people. It's your skin. If you like it and you're happy with it, then everyone else can buzz off. My first tattoo was "I love you forever and always" in my mom's handwriting on my foot. While my tattoo artist was doing it, another artist came in the room to ask what I was getting. When he found out it was script on my foot, he asked, "Let me guess. Salive, laugh, love?" He awkwardly left after we explained it wasn't that, and in fact my mom's handwriting. So, I'd say he's sick of that. Late to the party, and my first tattoo was a tramp stamp on my 21st birthday. But one of the things my 2004 tattooist told me was that he was doing at least one Godsmack song a day, a design from whatever album they had out at the time. And as I was sitting there getting tatted, a dude walks in asking for that exact thing. I busted out laughing. But my guy was professional. He told him he would do it, but that he would feel more comfortable doing something more custom. The guy didn't sway, though, and after I finished up, dude got himself a Godsmack tattoo. Edit. A word. Edit 2. I wasn't laughing at the Godsmack tattoo. I am not judging anyone with Godsmack tattoos. I was laughing at the coincidence of the situation of the artist telling me the story about doing that particular image so often, and witnessing supporting evidence of his story within an hour. It was a real coinkydink. Also, we all do dumb it when we are young, regardless of whether it's getting a trendy tattoo, falling in love with someone we shouldn't, or chasing a pipe dream. These are rites of passage. Not me, but my sister. It's not a specific thing, but she hates when people want tattoos with too many ideas in it. And by that I mean, for example, a Lord of the Rings character holding a lightsaber while fighting a Dementor on a Velociraptor with a banner that says "Clever Girl," or like Minnie Mouse holding a football team's logo in front of her while also being within a pink cancer ribbon but wanting the image too small. Small enough that it won't even look good with how much detail it would need. Edit. The first idea wasn't supposed to be cool. I just came up with it on the spot as an example. Edit 2. I realize my first example wasn't that good of one. Because, well, I drew it. Edit 3. Thank you all. I'm curious how people do Chinese letters if they can't write the language. Same with Hebrew or Arabic. I'm glad my tattoo idea of the Voyager isn't here. All tats are cool as hell to do. No getting tired of any designs. Want that lemnisket? I can do those forever. Titty chandelier? Let's hang em. Watercolor bird explosion? I got plenty in stock. Crossing out Chad's name and getting Luke's instead? Third time's a charm. Seriously, people are paying you actual money for art. If you're getting tired of that, you're in the wrong damn business. Everything is fun if you try to care about it. Not an artist, but my friend told me what his artist said. My friend has a full sleeve that wraps around to his chest. It's all incredibly well done. He finished his sleeve by getting a tattoo of Virgin Mary on the inside of his bicep. It's done absurdly well. The guy who my friend goes to has some beyond comprehensible talent when it comes to making faces. He has a few other faces as part of his sleeve and they're all equally as amazing. After his appointment, my buddy told me that his artist told him that the Mary face was the final face he was ever going to tattoo and he was done with them for good. According to my friend, this guy's talent for tattooing faces isn't a secret and he gets tons of people requesting him for faces, mostly deceased loved ones or famous people. The guy is apparently so sick of only tattooing faces that he's out of the game. He wanted to focus more on patterns and animals. I'm not an artist, so I DK what that's like, but if you're willing to give up tattooing something so well due to sheer volume of frequency, then it must be a lot. The only reason the artist did the face for my friend is because he did the rest of his sleeve and gets along really well with my friend, so he wanted to finish with a bang for a good customer. LPT. If you like me and just want good art from a variety of talented artists, find an artist that does art you think is rad, then ask them if there is any art they have done on canvas, paper, digital that they want to do on skin. If they show you something that you would like on your body, you'll guaranteed get a tattoo that has that little extra that makes for a great tat. My cousin is an artist and this was his tip to me. 1. Snakes. 2. Skulls. 3. Snakes coming out of skulls. I wonder how the artists of hyper-realistic porn star facial tattoos feel. NSFW examples. I'd imagine crosses. Damn near everyone with tattoos have a cross somewhere, lol. Shadow birds and infinity symbols with children's names within them. Never again. Semicolons. It has a great meaning, but damn, everyone wants one. I'm not against face tattoos. I have friends and peers that wear them quite well. My issue is 18-year-olds who want to get them because they want a certain look. Pop culture has made them seem a lot more acceptable than they actually are. At the end of the day, in the majority of careers, they will hinder employment. My artist is really good at linear orc flowers. 10/10. That's why I went to him. It's exactly what I wanted. Turns out he's trying to step away from that and ideally do more creative things, but it's my bread and butter. Facial tattoos on people who don't have bodysuits. My grandpa is an artist, and so I showed him this post, and immediately he said butterflies on a obese person's lower back. I can't tell you how many of those duckers I drawn over stretch marks, yikes. I am looking at this to just know what tattoos to never ask for. I got a fleur-de-lis tattoo in New Orleans. I'm sure that they are sick of that. Still not sorry though. Last time I was in for a touch-up, the guy across the hall took a call and had to refuse to do a tattoo of the local team as champions 2017 or whatever year it was. It was the night before their game. They lost. So yeah, that dude probably had another artist do it up and regrets it deeply. As a modern professional tattooer, I treat every tattoo like it means the world to my client. Yes, even your infinity symbol that says, place religious theme here, your kanji script that is potentially incorrect, or even that sweet forest scene that wraps around your wrist. It matters to you. So it matters to me. Elitist tattooers can suck it. My artist said he was sick of longitude-latitude coordinates of their hometowns. I was with a friend who was getting a tattoo and the artist mentioned he was sick of tattooing this too shall pass. Made sure to pull down my sleeve after he said that. But duck it. I got it as a reminder when it comes to my bad anxiety. So whatever. This thread settles it. I'm getting a NoHo Hank tattoo. When I was getting my admittedly rather generic tattoo done on my chest, which I didn't feel the artist was particularly into, but hey, he was polite enough. We heard the receptionist say, look, we'd never do that, and if you phone back we're calling the police. Some dude had phoned up and asked if they'd tattoo a naked, crying little girl on his back, then told the receptionist she was a pussy when she said no. Some people try to be way too edgy with tattoos. I was curious about some of these, so I did some googling. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the most tired and overused tattoo ideas in history according to this thread, all combined. The infinity symbol with a feather, anchor, and shadow birds all in one tattoo. UK tattoo artist. Okay, pocket watches with roses surrounding them have started to die out bit 1 or 2 years ago. My god, they were duck and rife. The worst part is when the customer says they want one they follow with, I've got an idea to make it special and unique to me. And I'd say, you want the time your baby was born, don't you? OMG, how did you know, Dart? This year it has definitely moved on to lions, tigers etc wearing crowns. It's always the guys that have to check with their lass if the design is okay before they start to. Like mentioned before, however, I'll take a pocket watch with a lion's face in the center. birds flying off it merging into an infinity symbol with each bird having its own individual birthstone of the family's lost cats over the years, and a smelly person. I got my first, which was an original design integrating my kids and wife's initials. Some people think it looks like a stereotypical tribal tattoo, but my opinion about tattoos is the same as steaks when someone tells me how I should have it cooked. When you're the one paying for it, and the one edging it, or putting it on your body, I'll give it what your opinion is. Get a tat that matters to you. Screw everybody else's opinion. Unless it's a swastika, then we all think you're a douchebag. My guy spent the entire time he was doing my last tat raging against the people coming in for Harry Potter tats. He's got a big sign up on the entrance stating not to even ask. Infinity symbols. Mother ducker. I swear. Ugh. I thought it was just a fad. They popped up a few years ago and they were neat the first dozen or so times I had to do them. Owning a shop in a college town though, I honest to god do at least 30 of these ducking things a week. Every single girl says oh my god it's just so unique. I hired to get it in that shrieky sorority girl voice, but yet you're there with 5 other girls getting the same thing with you. That's literally the opposite of unique. If there's 5 people in your group alone that is getting it. Oh sure. Put your kid's name in there or the word love or peace or a ducking anchor that refuses to sink for some goddamn reason, but it's still just another ducking infinity symbol. Sorry, I went on a rant. These things are the bane of my existence, but I can't say no because they pay the bills like a mother ducker, so it is what it is. Eagles on the other hand, I could do one every damn day of my life and be a happy man. I always say that roses and clock faces are this decade's tribal tats that will be out of fashion in a big way soon. I have wanted to get a tattoo for ages, but I'm so scared. I want to get the constellations Ursa Major and Ursa Minor, but not as stars. I want them as dots and no lines connecting them. So it's not so obviously a tattoo but extra dots or beauty marks on my back shoulder. I haven't found a tattoo artist that I like yet to do it. Not a tattooist, but if I was, people getting flags for other countries. Like my great grandfather's uncle's sister's grandmother was from Ireland. So tattoo their flag on my back because I'm part Irish. So from what I can tell, I need a lion wearing a crown, holding a pocket watch with roses for his mane. Gotcha. I worked at a receptionist in a tattoo studio in Scotland, and holy it, people just want pocket watches and roses. And infinity symbols. We once had someone ask for the squashed sideways 8 that all of her friends had. I saw a lady today with the Sugar Anonymous logo tattooed on her neck today. That's probably not a very popular one. I just got my first tattoo yesterday, and I'm old. I gave it a lot of thought and the design was very personal to me. I don't think it's overly common, but the artist told me several in the shop didn't want to do it because of the intricacy. Luckily my artist was badass and did an awesome job. Not a tattoo artist, but I'm surprised I haven't seen anyone say tribal tattoos yet. I'm friends with a tattoo artist who said she hates doing tribal tattoos. I really want a basic tattoo, but all these comments have made me afraid lol. Edit. Thank you all for your words of encouragement. I'm getting my outline done in mid-July. Swastikas. Everyday man. Shout out to my Gen XY bros with tribal tats from 97. Those 2 ducking birds on the shoulders. Welp, no one has mentioned satanic tattoos. Time to get more. Not a tattoo artist, but so many people I've seen get the mustache on the inside of your pointer finger. I feel like that fad has to have gotten old with a few artists. I got a story. It's opposite of the post, but I am very proud of it. So a few years back I decided to get a lighthouse tattoo in honor of my mother after she had passed away. I go into a tat shop I had heard about. It was Easter Sunday that year. The artist Josh said he almost didn't open the shop that day because the boss was getting married. I told him what I wanted and he got super excited as he loves lighthouses like my mom did, and he had been wanting to ink a lighthouse for quite some time. We get down to business and 6 hours later my shin has an absolutely gorgeous lighthouse on it. I went back to see him a couple years later and he said he still hasn't done a lighthouse since then. I'm seriously considering letting him do another one on me. I get many compliments on his work when I wear shorts. Again, I know it's opposite of the post, but I wanted to share the story. I'm tired of tattooing a fox sequence that begins at a man's ankle and shows a fox running around and up the man's leg and then having to tattoo the fox's tail coming out of his beehole. As of this week, I refuse to do fake Polynesian, Pacific Islander, Maori designs. Crescent moon. It's easy, but can you at least try to think? I don't think anyone would get sick of doing it since it's so simple, but I imagine so many PPL going in for a Triforce. OMG, I was told arrows and crosses, Confederate flags, The smugness of users criticizing ubiquitous tattoos is its own satire. A tattoo artist I had once told me koi fish. Honest answer here, you shouldn't be tired of doing any pieces. Tattooing is a great job and I love everything I do, even if it's repetitive or basic. The smallest and simple tattoo clients end up being great future clients. Everyone wants something basic or simple usually in the beginning, but if you love your craft they are all fun.